Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, so the last couple of days have actually been two-sided days. You've had a couple of moves up to 50. The one on Wednesday rejected down to 25.5. The one yesterday, 53.75 down to 30.75. The dip buyers have come in. They pushed that stuff back up. They're pushing this one back up again. We've traded as high as 52.25 in the overnight. So you've got these moves into the 50s that are rejected, but not rejected to the point where one day, they really needed to take out the prior day low here and they didn't do it. So I become concerned for new all-time highs and potentially for a fairly decent update today if the bears don't get the same weak open that they got yesterday. There's only so many times that price can go up to a certain level in this type of market before it eventually just goes ahead and goes through. The most recent example of this was 26.98. We messed around with 26.98 for a while, and eventually it just went up and through. The thing that reinforces this for me is how well behaved our proprietary moving average has been overnight as support, and the fact that we just pulled back to VWAP at 47.5 off of the 8:30 economic news, and it held like a champ. So the pressure's on the bears to perform. If they can't perform, we should get up over 28.60 today without much trouble. Looking at the hourly chart, you can see push down, rejected, walk it back up, push down. They did a higher low here and then a lower high. This was just a great big opportunity yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock. You had a higher low that was established off the open, okay, at the 33, 34 area. You had your lower high. Pick a time frame. It was a lower high. Then you had to push back down. You ended up with a lower low there. You really, if you had broken this low, I firmly believe we would be trading down here right now instead of up here. They didn't produce. They didn't execute. They let them off the hook the last 2 hours of the day, and then they've continued to walk it up in the overnight as they've walked it up in every overnight this week. Okay? So, what do the bears need to do? They need to repeat the last 3 days. They got to knock it down off the open, knock it down off the open, knock it down off the open. They got to knock it down off the open. If they can't, and if they can clear 55, 56, they should get up into the 60s. There is the risk of a leg up today. Okay? If you want a big down day, well, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to violate the hourly mid, daily pivot, this area right here, and this area here if you want a big down day. Okay? Because if you do anything otherwise, if you come down here, the dip buyers are going to come in. I'm going to have to, write high or low on this chart for the 178th time, and we're going to head back up. So I don't want the downdrafts of the last few days to allow you to take your eye off the ball of the fact that the dip buyers are there. They're continuing to run things up. And there's only so many times we're going to go to these 50s before we go through. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back with a wrap-up later today. Trade them well. I'll talk to you then. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princeton Trader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.